Do you want to stop dieting and learn how to eat normally? That's the topic of today's Diet Free Zone show. Hi, I'm Bonnie Giller, registered dietitian nutritionist and certified intuitive eating counselor. If you've been dieting for years and maybe even decades, and you realize that diets just haven't worked for you long term, and you really wish food was a non-issue, you wish you knew how to eat normally, you just don't know how to do it. And the diets, they just feel safe. Even though they don't work, they feel safe because they tell you what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat. But ultimately, it's not bringing you peace. How do you do it? How do you stop dieting and learn to eat normally? Well, I'm going to share with you today 4 steps to get you started. Step number 1, give up all the diet food rules. Now, I know that seems probably very, very overwhelming because if, again, you've been dieting for years and the diets, well, they give you the rules, the lists of foods you can and cannot eat, you should or shouldn't eat that are legal or illegal. For you to give up those rules is scary. There's a lot of fear in that, and I totally understand that. But in order for you to stop dieting and to really be able to learn to eat normally again, you have got to release all of these rules. So that is step number 1 for you to do. Step number 2 is start to practice using self-compassion. Because here's the thing. Once you give up dieting and you start to learn how to tune into your body to guide your eating, if you, quote unquote, make a mistake, meaning, oh no, I ate when I wasn't hungry, but I thought intuitive eating is eating when I'm hungry and stopping when I'm full, you're going to feel bad about yourself, right? You start to berate yourself. And what happens is intuitive eating becomes another diet. So remember, there is no perfection in anything, and there's certainly no perfection in eating. Now, dieting has taught you that there is perfection, or there should be perfection in eating, but there just isn't. So let's work on practicing, and maybe for you, cultivating some self-compassion skills so that if you do eat in a way that just doesn't feel right in your body, you don't stop beating up on yourself. Instead, you utilize those self-compassion skills to help you learn and grow from that experience. Step number 3, commit to living diet-free. So here's what happens. You're like, okay, I'm done with the diets. I can't do it anymore. I'm going to learn how to eat intuitively and eat normally. And you're going along your merry way, but then there's a trigger. Maybe that's a girls' night out, and you're hanging out with, or all talking about the latest diet that they're on, or, oh wow, you look great, what did you do, tell me your secret, etc. It can start to have you second guessing your intuitive eating journey, and you may say, you know what, I'm just going to try this one more diet that she's talking about, and then I'll get back to intuitive eating. No, when these triggers happen, when these conversations happen that have you questioning whether or not you are on this intuitive eating journey, that's the right journey for you, stop and remind yourself why you started this journey to begin with. And then commit to living diet free. You may need to make that commitment several times in a day, several times in a week, and that's okay. Step number 4, work on rebuilding the trust in yourself and food. Now, I know this is definitely, probably the hardest step for you. Why? Because diets have stripped you of trust. Well, in the work that I do with my clients and my whole body trust intuitive eating for a peaceful program, we learn how to rebuild the trust in 3 pillars: mind trust, hunger trust, and food trust. Because ultimately, you want to regain the trust so that you can fully make decisions for yourself around your food and your eating and your body without the worry and the judgment of others and the judgment from yourself. So step number 4 to learn how to stop dieting and eat normally again is to work on rebuilding that trust. And step number 5 is then going forward to honoring your hunger and fullness signal. So once you've rebuilt the trust and you've attuned now to hunger and fullness, it means honoring your hunger when you feel it. Don't second guess it. When you feel hunger, you're like, oh, I'm feeling hunger. But your mind, your brain, your thoughts say, but should I really be hungry now? Throw that thought right out. Remind yourself that's the diet mentality sneaking back in. So when you feel that hunger, honor the hunger. And when you feel a comfortable level of fullness, respect that level of fullness. You will then see that these steps really are going to get you on that path to stop dieting forever and learn to eat intuitively and to eat normally again, so food is not an issue. If you want more information on how to do just this, head on over to my website, dietfreeradiantme.com. Look around, read the blogs, click on courses and memberships, and you're going to see many resources that will help you learn to stop dieting and get on the path to rebuilding the trust in yourself. All right, that is it for this episode of the Diet Free Zone show. I'll see you next time.